Voting is underway in the Delhi Assembly elections. All 70 constituencies in the Indian national capital are going to polls today. Over 1.55 crore registered voters are set to decide the political future of Delhi, and the Election Commission has set up a little over 13,700 polling stations at nearly 2,700 polling locations. There are some 699 candidates who are in the fray, with the Aam Aadmi Party and Congress fielding 70 candidates each, and the BJP fielding 68 of its own candidates, giving 2 seats to its allies JDU and LJP. The Aam Aadmi Party is eyeing a third term, while the BJP is hoping to form a government in Delhi after 28 years. During the Delhi Assembly polls in 2020, Aam Aadmi Party has won comfortable majorities, winning 62 and 67 seats respectively. And BJP had finished a distant second in both these polls, while the Congress, which ruled Delhi for nearly 15 years, had registered 0 seats in both these elections. Now, before 2015, in 2013, BJP had emerged as the biggest party with 31 seats, but it could not form the government. Aam Aadmi Party leader Arvind Kejriwal formed a short-lived government before President's rule was imposed in Delhi for almost a year, following which elections were held. In the parliamentary elections held last year, over 58% voters had turned up to vote. These were the Lok Sabha general elections, and the voter turnout back in 2020 during the assembly polls was 62.59%, while in 2015 the voter turnout was approximately 67.47%. Nearly 1 lakh, that's about 100,000 personnel, and little over 8,700 volunteers have been deployed on the ground, along with Central Police, Home Guards and Delhi Police personnel. Former Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Manish Sisodia, is contesting from Jangpura after vacating his seat in Patparganj. He will also see a close contest against BJP's Tarvinder Singh Marwa and Congress Farhad Suri. Then incumbent Chief Minister Atishi will be contesting against former MP Ramesh Bidhuri and Congress Alka Lamba in Kalkaji. In the New Delhi constituency, where Aam Aadmi Party Supremo Arvind Kejriwal is fighting to retain his seat, the BJP and Congress have fielded sons of former Chief Ministers Parvesh Sahib Singh and Sandeep Dikshit respectively. Voters will also decide the fate of other high-profile candidates like Ministers Gopal Rai, Saurabh Bharadwaj and BJP leaders Kailash Gehlot and Kapil Mishra. The results will be announced on the 8th of February. All right, getting us the latest from ground is Dharamjot Kaur, our correspondent. She's bringing us the latest right now. Dharam, give us a sense of where you are. I guess you're at the Lal Killa at this point, the Red Fort.
Yes, Shivan, I am standing outside the Red Fort, one of the biggest historical landmarks of Delhi, which I think in a way is very symbolic of Delhi's entire election history as well, ever since Indian independence, if I may say so, which makes this entire assembly election all the more interesting, if I may, Shivan, because ever since 1947, we've seen Delhi's status change time and again. It was first a Category C state, and then in 1952 assembly elections were held for the first time. But after that, for 37 years, there were no assembly elections in Delhi because the government had decided to declare Delhi as a union territory. And it was only in 1993, after Delhi got the status of the National Capital Region in 91, that assembly elections were held 2 years after that. And ever since, the political structure and the landscape of Delhi has been so interesting, because from 93 to 2013 assembly elections, for 20 years, it was only a duel between the Congress and the BJP, until the Aam Aadmi Party came into the political fray and completely changed the political temperature of the national capital, Shivan. And ever since, it has also, retained power here in Delhi for 10 years. So it's going to be very interesting to see, given Delhi's entire political history, how things have changed for voters here. It's going to be very interesting to see if, the Aam Aadmi Party retains power for a third term. Because if history has anything to say, it's shown us that Delhi's voters usually give a very long reign to a certain political party before changing their allegiance, at least as far as the state governance is concerned. We saw that with the Congress when it reigned for 15 years before AAP came into power. Now it has been in power for 10 years with Arvind Kejriwal at the helm of affairs, even though we have Atashi as the interim chief minister. It remains to be seen if that's the same trend that Delhi's voters will follow, or is there an anti-incumbency wave, and will we see a change in the power structure in the state government?
Yeah, Dharam, I know you've been studying Delhi's election history and you've given it to us in a brief at this point. But at this point, given the anti-incumbency sentiment, which mostly comes after 2 terms, the Aam Aadmi Party has been in power here in Delhi since, it's the end of 2 terms now. At this point, how strong does BJP seem in those critical constituencies that we also mentioned in the report?
Well, Shivan, it's very early to say at this point where things stand, because there's no denying the fact there are certain very, key election issues that have been at the forefront of this particular state election battle. So be it the issue, the water issue, be it the political rhetoric that we've seen in the past few months, amid all the 3 parties that are fighting this particular election, it has been a very, very intense battle. Now, as far as Delhi's voters are concerned, they have usually voted in the Lok Sabha elections in the favor of the reigning party as far as the union government is concerned. But the state usually sees a very different pattern with respect to how the allegiance of the voters in the capital turn out. Again, in the past 2 years, if I just quickly, recap what the political landscape has been like, we've seen the Aam Aadmi Party convener go through a slew of investigations and face certain accusations and allegations which changed the political picture quite a bit, forcing Arvind Kejriwal to step aside from his chief ministerial duties, hand over the reins to Atashi just a few months before elections. So a lot of rhetoric has changed, a lot of narrative has changed. But at the end of the day, Shivan, the bottom line is that for the voters, it is the issues that they are grappling with that form, their opinion and their intention of who they're going to vote for. Whether Aam Aadmi Party gets a 3rd chance, or the voters are keen for a change in power, be it towards the BJP or towards the Congress, that is something we will find out on February 8th.
All right, Dharam, we'll let you go for now and hope to join with you again as we get better updates from ground on what's the latest at this point. Delhi is still waking up, getting on with the day. We'll get to know about the voter turnout as and when the day progresses further, and we'll get back to you for further details. That was Dharamjot Kaur, our colleague, joining us from the iconic and the historic Red Fort in New Delhi.